Hi, in this video we're going to show you how to place a design, print, and bind order. A design, print, and bind order is when Zookbinder's design team is going to lay the album out for you, and then once the design is complete, you'll have a chance to approve it and share it with your client for their approval or revisions. Once the design is approved, it will go directly into production, so you don't have to place another order. It's kind of like two orders in one. So to begin, you're going to log into your account. If you don't have an account with us, you can register here. If you do, go ahead and follow the procedures. And I've got our dummy account right here. And this is your dashboard in Zookie Pro. And here you're going to go into the menu box and start a new order. For all our pop-ups, please have a read, and then you can click on it to make it go away. In this section is where you're going to select the type of order. We have editing and culling, selection, where we pick the best photos, design, print to bind if you're designing it yourself, and accessories. Click on Album Design, and it's automatically going to choose Print and Bind because, as I said, we're going to move the order or the design from approval into production. You don't have to place a new order once the design is approved. If you haven't used our design service before, you can read more about it here. But what's going to happen is we're going to ask you details about the design and details about the album type that you're ordering for your client. So for instance, if you're going to do a luster book with a leather spine, and what photo do you want for the cover, etc. Once you've completed the order information, we're going to collect a $100 deposit to start the order. And in about 5 to 7 business days, you'll receive an email saying your design is ready for you to view. And you can ask for revisions or approve the order or share it with your client and allow them to make revisions. Your client's revisions would go back then to you for approval before you would submit them back to the designer. And there is a video tutorial on that process as well, on how to share your designs with your clients. So we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, so this is the order information. The name for your order and the type of event, this is all for your records. So for instance, if you like to do bride's last name, groom's last name, and date, name your orders, or date and the client's last name, you would put that in here. This is how you're going to look at your orders. This is a demo. And we want to let the designer know what type of event it is. If we have an engagement or a sign-in book, they're going to design differently because they're going to allow for space for people to add signatures. We're also going to include a pen with the order. If we're doing a wedding, that's different than a mitzvah, so we want to be sure to let the designers know what we're designing for. And then the date of the event. You can use your billing address and have Zookbinder ship the album to you. You can enter a new address and drop ship to your client, or you can pick up at Zookbinders if you're local. These boxes here are important. This is where you would add notes directly to the designer. The first comment box is for this order only. So if you know that you want image 120 and 652 to be full spreads, you can put information about this order in this box. So for instance, if you want to say, I want the formals to be really big, but you can have the reception be more crowded, you could make notes about that. The next box is where you're going to put design preferences for all your orders. You don't have to put anything in here, but if you have specific things that you want, like make sure there is at least 3 panoramic spreads or full spreads in each album, or don't use any white strokes around my images. That kind of thing that's universal can be added here. One thing you don't need to have listed is exactly what pages images go on. You don't have to say on spread 1, I want image 46, 92, 75, and 35. The designers will organize the images by the events of the day and then lay the album out. So let them take care of what they're good at, and they do a wonderful job. We really appreciate their consistency. Down here, it's going to ask a question about end sheets. What end sheet would you like to use? The end sheet is the blank black photographic paper at the beginning and the end of a Luster book or an Easy book. For a Zook book, that is a fabric covered sheet. So if you'd like, we can put your studio name on the inside front cover. You can type that in here, and there's no charge for that. We do have the option to have a custom die made for imprinting on Zook books, or you can have a custom digital logo to add to your Easy book or your Zook or your Luster book, and you can reach out to customer service for more information on that. Otherwise, we'll put it in there like just in a font, nice font for free. Anyway, over here is kind of a cool little thing. You're going to tell the designer how many images are going to be in your album. And I'm going to say 60. And this will automatically calculate the number of spreads that we're going to be using. We recommend 4.5 images per spread, so that's an average. Sometimes it might be 3, sometimes it might be 6, but on average we're going to fill an album with 4.5 images per spread. Now, the number of spreads will dictate the price of your album. So for instance, if you say 4.5 is too crowded, you can go up to 15 spreads where you only have 4 images on average per spread. However, the price of your album will go up based on the additional spreads you just added. You could also drop the number down and have a more crowded album. But we really feel that going more than 5 images per spread makes things just a little less appealing, and it does not show off the photography well enough to tell a story. You can check this box here if you like, and we would certainly reach out to you if we were going to use your images in marketing material. So go ahead and submit that. On this page, we're going to start asking about the type of album. So if you're going to do a traditional album, a Zook book, Luster book, or Easy book, we're going to click over here to continue. If you're going to choose the Bona V, which opens in the middle, you'll click here. The designs are very different because the Bona V is going to open from the middle. So there's other things to consider as far as page layout than a traditional album. So we're going to click here. If you had a promo code, you could put it here. I'm going to put one in that I created because this is a demo order, but normally you probably don't have a promo code. If you would like to do a studio sample, if you click on this button here, or not, we will design and print the album for 50% off. The album will say studio sample on the right, the inside left-hand cover. That'll be right above your studio name. So it would say studio sample. If you're going to do a studio sample and a client sample of the same design, we ask that you place the orders separately. Because they are 2 different types of orders, one for client, one for sample, those orders should be kept as individual orders. We offer 3 different design styles: simple, classic, and contempo, and you can plug that in here. A lot of people like contempo. There's an option for rush if you needed that. And here's where you're going to pick your main album. So if I want to do one 10 by 10 Luster book, if you're not sure about the albums, you can compare here. And then you have your replica albums if you've included a parent album in your package. The replica album is going to be a copy of the main album with a digital cover. So if you chose an acrylic cover with a leather spine, your replica album is going to be a photographic representation of a leather spine and photo cover. But I'm just going to go with that one. And here's where you're going to choose your cover. And the cover options vary in price depending on the style and what type of album you're doing. If you decide to go with the photo wrap cover, that is included in the Luster book price. If you'd like to do, let's say, leather spine with photo, that's very popular, there's a $40 upcharge. So if we're going to go with the leather spine, we're going to pick a leather cover to start with. And if I know the image that I want to have on my cover, I can type it in here, or I can allow the designers to pick one for me. Now, the nice thing about design is when it comes to the cover, if there are revisions to the cover, there is no charge for that. So if you let the designers pick what they might think is best, and then the couple's like, oh, we like this picture better, we didn't consider it, you can make that change really easily. You can also add any text that you're going to want on the cover. So let's go. And the date. And this is going to confirm what I just typed in. All right. So here is where the invoice is going to show my luster book, my leather spine upgrade, which is $35, and then the Contempo design with 60 images, which is $72. And it shows tax here because I am in Illinois where our company is. However, if you are outside of the state of Illinois or you have a reseller's license, that would be zero there. Shipping is $17 currently. However, it says zero here because I had entered picking up at Zook Binders. In this case, I used a promo code, so normally I would put in a credit card here to get the order through. So if you want to go back and make a change before ordering, you can do that. Otherwise, you can submit the order. And then once the payment is submitted, you'll come to this next page. Here's a little bit more information we need about the design. Would you like us to use all of the files you uploaded in your design? In most cases, you're going to give us all the images that you want in the album. With the exception is if you've got some very similar images or images that you want to use as backgrounds for the Contempo design, you may have a handful of images that are extra. In most cases, though, people submit all the images that they're going to have in the album, no more, no less. You don't want to submit, say, 100 images and say, hey, guys, just pick out 50. That's what our selection service is for. So you're going to, in most cases, answer yes. Are your files numbered in the correct sequence? So if you have two cameras, we kind of want to know, as we load these in and sort them, are they going to come in sequential order, or were the cameras synced timestamp wise? So you can say, let's say my images are going to be in sequence. It's really helpful. Any additional comments, you can put that here. You might say some of the images are blurry and the bride picked them, so can you keep them small in the album? Okay. And then here, I'm going to upload images from my computer. And this took a moment to pop up, but you also have an option to transfer your images directly from Zenfolio if you use Zenfolio for hosting. So I'm going to upload from my computer, and you'll go ahead and click on the Browse button. And select all the images that you want to add to the design. And hit upload. And you'll see the green bars come across. And this could take, depending on the number of images, it could take 5 minutes, but it could take 15 minutes. So we'll just give a little pause right here. And my images are still uploading. You can also see here with your order how many items that you have queued up to be uploaded. I've only done 4 since this is a demonstration. But that's something you want to take a peek at just to be sure that you did select all the images that you want. All right, so all the little green bars went across. And then you'll get this message. So that's it, you're done, get off the computer, we've got it from here. So when you see this, you will know that you have completed the upload of the images that you selected, and then all you have to do is wait 5 to 7 business days for that email so you can view your design.